Hello, I'm Stephen Alltop, and this is Victor Yampolsky.
Hello.
And we are delighted once again to be speaking here in the frigid cold of January about warm music making to come in the month of August.
It will be 58th annual music festival in Door County, our Peninsula Music Festival. We will be talking to you about our musical artistic plans, all the programs and guest artists we are going to bring.
Yes, and as it is every year, it's something we look forward to very much. It's a wonderful 3 weeks of music making with wonderful people and wonderful food. And our very first program brings back a longtime friend of the festival and both of us in music making, and that's Maria Bachmann. And I think it's a fantastic opening program.
This program underwent lots of changes, although Maria Bachmann was always part of that program. The final version of it is music of two composers, last name of which starts with letter B. I'm not going to keep you guessing what they are. It is Samuel Barber and Ludwig van Beethoven. So this program will consist of Overture, Leonora No. 3 by Beethoven, followed by Samuel Barber Violin Concerto, performed by Maria Bachmann. And second half of the concert will start with the famous Barber's Adagio for strings, followed by the Fifth Symphony by Beethoven. So I'm very excited about this particular combination.
These are some of the most popular pieces for orchestra, period.
Right.
But they also have interesting stories behind them. Beethoven wrote no less than 4 overtures for his opera, 3 by the title Leonora and 1 with the title Fidelio. And the third Leonora overture is perhaps, well, definitely the most virtuosic. It's a real showpiece for the orchestra.
And compositionally the most satisfying, the most complete.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, it's the longest and perhaps the most dramatic too, because it begins by walking you right down into the dungeon and ends with tremendous victory and freedom.
There were no light on stairs, just the feel of your candlelight.
That's right,
Yeah.
going down into the prison.
Yes.
And Barber's Violin Concerto has its own amazing story, with it first being rejected after it was commissioned, and he was asked to write a more virtuosic finale. Of course, Barber has an extremely lyrical voice, and that comes through completely, especially in these first 2 movements. It's just so expressive and makes wonderful use not only of the solo violin but of the piano in the orchestra. And Barber changed the ending of his concerto and wrote a moto perpetuo, and it will be very exciting to hear Maria Bachmann play this.
That would be phenomenal. I'm very glad we came up with this idea.
And the Adagio for strings has its own journey, from first being a slow movement in Barber's string quartet in B minor, and then being written for string orchestra and being taken up by none other than Toscanini and played on the radio, and Barber himself ultimately wrote it for chorus as well. But it will be wonderful to hear the PMF strings play that before Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. That would be hard to beat, that program.
Well, we don't need to elaborate on Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. It is a very well-known piece and well-loved piece.
Absolutely.